What is going on, everybody? We are now over 50,000 wallets in Shibarium, plus 15 million bone staked already. JPMorgan says they see a limited downside for crypto markets over the near term. They're ready for this thing to send. Pepe drops 18% amid a large on-chain transfer. What is that transfer? Well, that transfer was a lead developer who held 6% of the supply. He sent 4% to KuCoin and OKX in order to sell off, and he has 2% left, which means that he has less supply than some of the, he has less supply now than Binance and OKX and KuCoin. So he is no longer the top holder. Of course, that caused the price drop. And here we are. $3.5 billion crypto fund says that Bitcoin is primed to skyrocket if history repeats itself. And we're going to take a closer look at what's going on with BlackRock. Plus, we're going to check in on Shibarium, and we're going to look at the SHIB burns, and we're going to see what's going on there. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleeve. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? My name's Bleeves. It's so hot out here. My facial hair fell off in the last 24 hours, so who knows what's going on. Can't get the lighting right today. What a pain in the ass. You know what? As a matter of fact, doesn't help at all. We had lights that were off that came on. It was just, it's crazy. You know what? This is what you get for Chicago. Bullets flying everywhere. I'm just kidding. I have never seen a bullet. I've never seen. Matter of fact, I rarely have ever even heard gunshots. Usually fireworks, because fireworks are like, you know, they just give them away at the border here. You know what I mean? So, anyway. So, good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming in to Breakfast with Bleeves. We are checking it out. We got the Volt Army in here, volting it up, and they are about to launch a new marketing campaign. I don't know what it includes, what it entails, what is going on, but Voltoshi is super hyped up right about now. So we've got big stuff going on in the Voltiverse. Shibarium is now launched and live. Volt is coming to Shibarium as well. Pepe dropping off the face of the earth down to about 8,500 before having a nice little recovery. A lot of people saying, oh, it's done, it's finished. It's not done, it's not finished, it's not, no. It's not how any of this works. Pepe is going to reverse. Now, Pepe, by the way, now is what we would call the people's token. It's one of those situations in which the developers no longer have sway or control over what's going on in that community. It's now completely and entirely owned by the community. You don't have somebody kind of lording over where you don't know what's going to happen. So I would definitely be a little more excited right now, because now you actually have a situation where it's in the hands of you, the people. So if you guys want to pump this thing up, pump that bitch up. If you guys want to sell that bitch off. It's going to be your choice now, because you don't have a developer sitting around hoarding over 6% of the supply. We're going to check that out, though. But first of all, Slap Yo Mama says, tits go in front. I don't know what that means, but I'm just kidding. Thank God it's Friday. Hustler VIP says ready. Zicko is vaulting it up in the house. Scottish Crypto says Sam Bankman-Fried, a hero to all, of course. Last tweet was 11th of August. Pepe Dev last tweet was 11th of August. Bring your Pepe profits to Volt or a blue chip. For the love of God, take off that shirt. I'll send you some Florida Gators gear, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not a lesbian. So no matter how many times you try, I'm not going to wear Florida Gators stuff. It's all about Louisville, baby. Slap Yo Mama says, and matter of fact, the last time Louisville and Florida faced, I want to say, just so you guys know, Teddy Bridgewater just absolutely grabbed a basketball and completely dunked all over the faces of the Florida Gators and beat the shit out of them in the Sugar Bowl. Now, you might be saying, well, how did a football player grab a basketball player? Well, it's not your goddamn mind. It's my goddamn mind, and I'm the one that can pretend that there was a basketball on the field as the Florida Gators were getting dominated, destroyed, and utterly humiliated by the Louisville Cardinals, who, as Kirk Herbstreit said, had no chance. You got dominated. You got annihilated. You got destroyed. Face it. Suck it up. Move on. Zero Dune in the house. Advantis AI V2 public release in 27 days. Buckle up. We're gonna get the team on. Matt is gonna be coming on to the show pretty soon. We're gonna be checking that out because we are super excited about Advantis AI. Grant, he is also having a good Friday. Here we go. Happy Richard Nelson is in the house. Tim Davies in the house. Forsaken One, what is going on? Adrian is here, vaulting it up. Jay Manuel's in the house. Good morning. Jeff T, good morning. Honda is in the house. T Coop is here. Mark Kelly, Rob T, Jay Smooth is in the house. All American Heartbreakers. Hello, Crypto fam. Aaron L is in the house. Crypto Stevo's vaulting it up. MPC Gaming is vaulting. Brandon M, this is my favorite show. Do you ride motorcycle? I do not ride a motorcycle. But I live in an area where there are a lot of motorcycle riders. So maybe one day, maybe what it really came down to time. My whole life was spent not doing very much casual stuff. I worked hard. I worked a 9-to-5 job that was like 7 to 10. So, I was at work for 15 hours a day, building what I thought was going to be what I was going to do for the rest of my life. Got into management, got into all of this stuff. And then just realized I don't play that game with people. I don't go out and I don't get drunk. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't do all that kind of stuff. What I do in my spare time, I go to the gym and I work out, right? So I did not fit in with the corporate elite that just wanted to hang out and party and stuff like that. So they passed me by. Now you can make an argument, by the way, that, well, maybe they were just better than you. Well, I mean, fair enough, but I was the only one not going to the strip clubs. I was the only one not entertaining the vice presidents when they came into town. And I was the only one who didn't get the promotion. So I was left on this level when I felt like I should have been at this level. So, got out of the grind. But that's my quick story. Pork Fried Bryce says, looking smooth, homie. Shaved it, left a little bit here. Just a little bit, but yeah. Marco D says 100x Gems. 100x Gems is going to have a launch very soon. The smart contract builder. It's been tested. They've received it, by the way. For those of you that don't know, William and Ryan have received the smart contract builder, and they are testing it out right now. Of course, we're going to launch the first contract, and you guys are going to be getting it real time as we go through it and as we do it. Magic O of CY says, do you see Bone going to 2 soon? I see Bone at about 210, but I mean, the important thing is take it a little bit longer term. I see Bone as $150 Bone. Like, Bone is about to get very, very serious. Look, I'm gonna say this, and somebody's gonna at some point go, "Oh, bro, you're crazy." Bone is the most undervalued gem in crypto right now. I'm basing that on speculation that that Shibarium is a valued commodity and a valued product and project within the realm of cryptocurrency. For that to be the case, and for them to continue building on it, and for them to continue evolving the standards by which Shibarium operates, I think that $150 is not out of reach for Bone. I don't presume to think that it's going to hit the high benchwater mark that BNB did on the BNB chain. It's a $33 billion token at this point, or coin at this point. But I sense that the diamond in the rough here is Bone. So I think that Bone is going to just have a phenomenal sort of run. F and Daniel looks like the big guy from Police Academy. Damn it, I can't remember what his name. Tackleberry. That was his name. Circles in December 63 is in the house. Logan, pretty cool. You're from Louisville. I'm also from Louisville too. Go Cards. L1C4, baby. And if you're a Kentucky Wildcats fan, fuck your team. Lloyd Wales is in I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Go diving, sir. Hi, all. Mark Gruber's in the house. Cardiff Philly, what is going on? Nick Bright in the house. Pepe Max gonna send it. Looks like it. I keep hearing about it. I hear a lot of things about it. I miss out on them because people don't get me in there. Nobody ever comes to me and says, hey, you know what? I got this launch is getting ready to go on. But people bring me some wild shit that just never runs. But the ones that really run, people are like, hey, can you check this out? Or do you want to make a video and become exit liquidity? You know what I mean? Been taking a break from crypto YouTube. Welcome back. What is going on, Free Diz? Marcelo Juarez is in the house. Marcelo is from the Motor City. So Detroit represent. AB Combs is in the house. Bone only has double the amount of ETH, which means Bone should be $800. That's not exactly how that works. You have to consider the market cap. And in fact, we could actually consider the market cap right now, because the reasonable market cap right now, Ethereum is 200 billion, BNB is 33 billion. Now, Bone has a supply along the lines of what BNB has. So for that to be the case, and for Shibarium to continue to grow along with this ecosystem and this build out, then the first step to this process would be to get on that BNB level. And I don't even think you need to get to this level. Just imagine if you had a $10 billion market cap and you put yourself, well, you know what? Let's step back here. Imagine you had a $5 billion market cap on Bone. Where would that put you? Let's go over here. We look at the market cap. Market cap's 332 billion. So you're looking at about a 16x to get to a $5 billion market cap. So 16x from where you are right now gives you about a $22 Bone from where you are right now, which is $1.40. Consider that, and that's a realistic number just to get to where SHIB is, based on the current supply, not based on the supply being burned or anything in a bear market, in the middle of this bear market. So there's a lot going on underneath the hood. Now, consider the bear market is over, and then the bull market begins. And which, by the way, we're going to look back at this and we will say that the bear market did start at the beginning of January, because we've been in an uptrend all year long. So we are in the bull market. We're just not feeling it for the entire market yet. But what we're going to end up seeing is we're going to see Bone just continue to dwindle a little bit in supply, continue to be staked, continue to become more and more scarce as time goes by, and it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier as we go, and Bone price is just going to moon from here. Same thing with SHIB. SHIB is at 5 billion market cap. The market cap on SHIB at some point is going back up probably to 50 billion market cap. You just have to consider the circumstances, the market, everything that's going on in all of this space, and that's what you will end up seeing. And building on that ecosystem, they're going to be very important. So new tokens like Wolf, new tokens like what was the other one that was out there yesterday? God damn it, Doggy. Old ones that have been around for a little while that are still on the come up, like Volt. Those kind of places, building in that ecosystem, moving into that ecosystem, expanding through that ecosystem, creating more new holders in ecosystems, can only benefit everybody, and includes SHIB, includes Bone holders, includes leash holders, all the live long day. And be aware, by the way, there is a fake treat token that's out right now on the Shibarium chain, which you can go look at on Dex Tools. It is now Shibarium available there. But let's get into the news. And good morning to everybody that I didn't get a chance to say good morning to. Let's get into it first. Shiba Inu Whale transfers nearly $6 million in SHIB to a wallet simple address. They moved it off of the Gemini chain, and they transferred 708 billion into that wallet simple, and then an additional 1.2 million into that crypto wallet. So that bing bada bing ching ching, big profit. I might even add. Treat is not on that chain yet, though. That was the point. Community is continuing to send 119 million tokens burned, just a very small amount. It's not like this is not a high volume thing yet. And matter of fact, we have some information about the burn. We don't have the actual burn numbers yet, but we do have the mechanism by which the burns are happening. I don't like it so far. I would like to see a little. I'll show you in just a second. But let's move on here just a little bit. We've got Shibarium utility spikes as wallets surpass 48,000. As of right now, 50,359. And 15 million plus Bone has already been staked. So if you own Bone and you are in the quote-unquote Bone zone, you could be validating, you could be earning more Bone for what you are doing. But wallets are 50,000. We want to see these wallets get to 1 million. If these wallets get to 1 million, imagine what the burn rate is going to be right now. So we're waiting to see some really good numbers on Shibarium. But as we sit here right now, 132,394 total transactions, 50,359 wallet addresses, 284,000 blocks have been minted so far. As you can see, they continue and everything continues to move along. Super happy with what's going on. Blocks continuing to mint, et cetera, et cetera. A lot going on. Again, only 50,000 wallets so far. People are still, I think, waiting on the sidelines to see how this whole thing plays out. But at 1.1 million wallets. And again, we were told that until this says 100%, some of the counts might not be completely accurate. So we will see what happens there. Zella Boba, Nick Bright with the $10 donation. Thank you so much for that. Guys, if you want to talk about one of your cryptos and you have a crypto or something like that, this is how you get that done. Just do a super chat and we will talk about your crypto. But Zella Boba launched on Arbitrum Network a couple days ago. Bye BSC. Loving the trading experience on PancakeSwap. Happy Friday. So, and if you haven't seen this, by the way, I got into some of the memes from Zella Boba. And I got to be honest with you guys. I absolutely love what these guys were doing with Zella Boba. Now, this is the one on Arbitrum. So this is the one on Arbitrum. It's made a move over here, and it looks like it's up. What is that? 7 days. This is, 3 days? Okay, so 3 days, it's up. Since launch, Zella Boba has gone from 44.15, 33%. So it's up 33% overall on Arbitrum so far. So, and by the way, for those of you that haven't seen Zella Boba, I don't know if I still have my memes. I have a new computer right now, so I don't really keep memes for a long period of time. But we're going to sort this by maybe, just maybe, I might have a Zella Boba or two. If I don't see it immediately, though, yeah, maybe not. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, Zella Boba was it's Muppet, but it looks like a crazed and psycho Muppet. So a lot of racy memes have been made with Zella Boba over the last little while. So if you're interested, I think they're hilarious. By the way, I think they're super funny. So definitely go check out Zella Boba. Good times for all. Anyway, back to the story here. This is big. This is gigantic. So what we have here is JPMorgan seeing limited downside for the crypto market over the near term. The crypto market experience, based on JPMorgan's analysis of CME Bitcoin futures positions that serve as a proxy, the unwinding of long position appears to be nearing its completion stage rather than being in its initial stages. As a result, we see limited downside for crypto markets over the near term. JPMorgan analyst led by Nicholas Panza, you know what, make that name up yourself in your own mind, wrote in a note on Thursday, crypto traders had built long positions on the back of recent positive news. Now, there are a lot of long positions that people are in, but let's go look at our liquidity map, and we can see that there are a lot of, look, this is protecting price action. This requires to move into these ranges. And, you know, I want to say, again, there's two ranges here. There's this one right here, and then there's this big one right here. Anybody who's in this range right here, you can forget that shit. It's never happening. That's a high risk. Hopefully it's going to happen sort of level, but it's not going to. What we're going to have is, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted this. What we're going to get is we're going to get this liquidity right here, which we'll call the balls. And then we'll have this one here, which we'll call the shaft. Those are the two liquidity pools. Those are the best options for liquidity that we're going to get. And imagine how much that is in dollar amounts, right? We can't navigate between the longs and shorts here in these ranges. So imagine how much this represents in money and liquidity to cause this market to move. So if that happens, then we are off to the races, because the next big liquidity pool is, of course, this right here that goes from 32,000 up here into the 37,000 range. So, you know, that's what we're looking for. The big move here is we're taking a swing through this position, maybe even come through this position, and that leads us into this location right here. So, you know, short term, we might see a slight move down here, but then we're going to Nike swoosh our asses back up here into this pool. And the market, we're in a bull market. I mean, you guys have to understand that even if you're not feeling it, even if you're not experiencing it, even if your token or coin is not experiencing it, we're at the start of the bull market. Bitcoin has been going up, 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 up for about a year. And you could say, well, it's been sideways. Yes, but it's also up like 60% on the year. We are in the bull market cycle. We're just at the very beginning. So JPMorgan, they don't think it's coming down very much. $3.5 billion crypto fund also says Bitcoin is primed to skyrocket if history repeats itself. And then they're giving you kind of the timeline here. The next halving is expected to occur on April 20 of 2024. Since most Bitcoin are now in circulation, each halving will be almost exactly half as big a reduction in new supply. If history were to repeat itself, the next halving would see Bitcoin rise to 35,000 before the halving and 148,000 after the halving. So this is what we're looking at based on the way that it's played out 3 other times so far. There is a magnificent amount of pump that could be happening here if this thing plays out the way that it has played out, which it probably will do, trading at 26,378 at the time of the writing. Besides the halving, Pantera Capital team says that there are other positive events that will likely contribute to the next Bitcoin bull run. But here's the thing, they've already happened. And I don't know if they're going to talk about this, but we believe the combination of recent positive events, the XRP ruling, endorsements at BlackRock, in addition to the Bitcoin halving, provide a strong setup for the next bull market for digital assets. But, you know, if we go back in time and we look at all the things that have happened in the last year, all the good news has been happening so far. That's going to catch up to the broader market. And remember, something that you have to consider, first of all, this market has been brutal, but the overall economies of the world have been just as brutal, very difficult to navigate, very difficult. So what we're really watching and what we're really seeing is people just don't have a little bit of extra money. When inflation starts to come under control, and it will come under control across the world, when it does come under control and when it's in that position, then and we start to see some real relief, then we will have a massive run. Now, that massive run might be timed, by the way, ironically, with tax refunds in the United States. But let's also consider that China is not subject to what we have, which is a free market economy. China can just start printing money and start paying its people money in order for them to do whatever it is that they need to do, because it is just that easy. No, you need to bridge your bone over to Shibarium to go to shib.io, follow the instructions there. Hustler VIP asking how to stake Bone. Do I need ETH? ETH doesn't run that ecosystem. Bone does. So you need bone in order to do that. So, but you're going to have to bridge it over as like a wrapped bone or whatever it is. So, anyway, let's move on from that one. And let's look at Pepe meme coin drops 18%. Let me tell you guys what happened here yesterday. So, yesterday, one of the main developers who had 6%, the developers were said to have 6% of the token's total supply. Look On Chain noted that the Pepe team's multi-sig wallet moved over $15 million to centralized exchanges. And they did, by the way. So, but they went from 5 of 8 multi-sigs. It says Pepe developers had previously used a multi-sig configuration that required the majority of 5 out of 8 trusted parties to sign off on a transaction. But there was a sudden change in the Pepe case to a requirement of only 2 out of 8, which may impact its security. The fact that large numbers of tokens were moved to exchanges around the same time as this change was observed and may have triggered concerns among traders. Now, let's put this back up on the chart here. Where is Pepe now? Pepe is now trading at 89 because guess what? It went into a bear trend real quick, had a massive sell-off all the way down to, it looks like 78 in the overnight, and then boom, look at this move back up, went back up to 93.02. So, and that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's getting ready to rug." It's not. I don't think that it's getting ready to rug because it cannot rug. Nobody seems to understand what a rug pull is. They're like, rug. No, people are going to sell because people are paper-handed bitches. I mean, we really have to consider that, right? We can't just sit here and be like, "Nah, it's gonna be fine." People are paper-handed. They just are, right? So that being the case, what do we expect to see happen? We expect to see some sell-off. What do we expect to see happen after that? Then we expect to see a move back to the upside. Why? I'm going to get to that in just a second. As a matter of fact, let's go back over here and finish this portion. We're actually done with this. So let's move on to the other portion. And if you guys have not followed this guy, go follow him. It's at OG_Kenobi_hello. We knew the Pepe devs held 6% of the supply. They sold 4% today. They can't do that again. They only have 2% left. It's the last bit of influence they have. If you think this is anything but bullish, I can't help you. It's very simple here. What people don't understand is Pepe, first of all, stop operating under the premise that Pepe is some kind of developer baby thing. There was a developer. They had 6% of the supply. Market Ventures, I assume, is who it was, and they sold, and they took $15 million. They still have a few bucks left. They're probably going to cash out when it pumps again. Why? Because it's going to pump again. Why didn't they sell the entire amount? Think about this and use your logic brain. Why did they not sell it? Because they got $15 million for selling on centralized exchanges for the liquidity. But let's take a quick look here. Why did they keep 2%? Because it's going to pump again. And when it pumps again, they're going to sell again. So that will happen. And they will probably kind of eke their way out slowly but surely. And I assure you, if it is Market Ventures, the reason that they're doing this is to buy Bitcoin. So you're about to see a spike in Bitcoin, I would think. So what we got was the big move down. And by the way, let's just call it for what it is. Let's zoom out here. It's not like we haven't been here before. After we hit this level, what happened? It immediately spiked up to almost 2,000. So we're sitting at we're sitting at drop of zero territory for Pepe in the near term. So it's if you're not seeing it, if you're like, wah, I can't help you, guys. It's all right here in front of you. As a matter of fact, I mean, I should point this out. I have new trend indicators for those of you that don't know. Here's what I did. Frankie Candles pissed me off. First of all, he's got little calves. And secondly, he is using a lot of different tools that I don't use. But I thought, you know what? We should probably get some of this stuff in the rotation, right? So I pulled up and I'm using now predictive ranges from Lux Algo. This gives me a prediction of a range. So if you guys are looking at this, you can see what I'm seeing here. You see these red lines right here? First of all, there's a blue line in the middle of my screen, okay? And that blue line in the middle of my screen, that's called the point of control. That's where the center of the trade volume is. Down here, this is your value area low. This is your green zone. This is your bullish. This is where it's going to bounce upwards in this range right here from this line right here. Then you have your value area high, which is this range up here, which means that you're going to bounce off of this and come down. And then you're going to come down generally to the point of control or down to this area. But if you play the chart that way each time, then you should be just fine, and you should be able to find ranges. Now, one of the things is there is a big area in this point of control, and you can see where they come from. It's from the last point of control all the way down to each one of the value areas. So as it moves down, when you see this and then you see it come down here, that means that you're in a bear trend. If you see it reverse and you see it come up and you see the next one come up, then the third one confirms that you are finally in an uptrend because you are now minting newer highs. So that made it easier. Then I got this new one, which is this red line and this. They were different colors before, but I have a green line and I have a red line. Red line is the slow moving EMA. It's an expanded moving average, and then we have the green line, which is a fast moving EMA, which is a lower time frame. Well, when that spikes up and it goes over, then that's a bull trend, and you can expect price action to move upwards, right? So, and I don't exactly have it played out exactly the way I want yet, but when we start to see this move like this, then what we can expect is instead of hitting this value area low here, we're going to hit the high portion of it most probably, because that'll be a reversal of the trend, and we might come down for a test, or we might just break out into that next level. So it's going to be a bullish indicator. And these are just giving you ideas of places where you can have a bounce. And then finally, we now have what is called the price volume trend. When it's in the red, it's bearish. When it's in the green, it's bullish. So you can make this is very, very easy right here. Well, and you know what? Tom Collide is asking a question here. Are you going to spike up and bull run the new Believes in Crypto song? Yes, I am. Matter of fact, we're going to play it. There is a new Believes song. And in fact, I'm looking for anybody who can do a punk rock version of my intro song. And I'm looking for a high level sort of production. I'm trying to get a famous band to do it from Chicago. I don't know if they're going to do it or not. They haven't gotten back with me yet, but I did want to have my theme song remade by an actual punk rock band from Chicago. So we'll see if that happens. Anyway, BlackRock Bitcoin wallet sparked concerns. Here's a closer look at what BlackRock is getting ready to do. So are they a dubious friend? They absolutely are. They control markets. They've controlled markets. They do business the way the government does business. They buy politicians. They buy governments. They're incredibly powerful. They are not your friends. They're not here for us. They never have been. They never will be. But none of that matters, okay? This guy is just crying. Tell him to put on his big boy pants and stop being a baby. And this is Lark Davis, by the way, so you already know he's a baby. But what he's saying, he can't control. He can't control anything. You can't control anything. We don't control anything. BlackRock won't control anything. This is open. Anybody can do whatever they want. The fact that people are coming in here right now, he is right. This is a deal with the devil, is what he calls it. Assuming BlackRock is not owned by the mysterious wallet, its financial institutions will inevitably find its way into the cryptocurrency realm as part of what Davis considers a deal with the devil. And that is correct, by the way. So I'm not dismissing what he's saying completely. I'm just saying stop being a baby about it. Interestingly, Davis seems to have overlooked a crucial detail. BlackRock indirectly holds over 12,000 Bitcoin through its 8.1% stake in MicroStrategy. In fact, BlackRock stands as the second largest shareholder in MicroStrategy, just behind Michael Saylor. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin offered similar anti-institutional comments in 2022. He was pleased with the delay in ETF approval, stating that the crypto ecosystem requires time to mature before attracting even more attention. On the contrary, Mike Novogratz introduced a contrasting perspective. He noted that in a recent interview that BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has been orange-pilled, a term referring to a shift towards endorsing cryptocurrency. Novogratz suggested that Fink, once skeptical of crypto, has undergone a change of heart. Bottom line, as the debate rages on, the question remains, will BlackRock act as a force for good or evil in the crypto landscape? The answer is evil. The answer is evil. BlackRock is not your friend. They are, look, that is true, but you can't control them, so stop bitching and stop crying about it. They're going to take a portion of the supply. They're going to be able to have a say in some of the market pricing by offering this as a commodity to people who want to invest through them. They are a financial advisor. They will financially advise people to invest in Bitcoin. They have $10 trillion in assets under their portfolio. Those people will take some Bitcoin. Those people will pump the price. They have every incentive for the price to go up, no incentive for the price to go down. Anybody who says, well, they're trying to accumulate more. No, they're not. What they're trying to do is they're trying to settle on a price and go from there. That's what they're trying to do right now. They've already bought whatever Bitcoin they need. So just consider that and keep that in mind and stop with the conspiracies, because it just makes it, none of it makes sense. Now, back over here, 133,000 transactions, 50,463 wallets. We are still collating. 284,000 blocks have been minted so far. So within 24 hours, 284,000 blocks. So this is going to get serious very, very soon. Shibarium is on fire so far. Over the next couple days, we're going to start to see a big pickup in the number of addresses. ShibBurn has some burns happening, nothing significant or extravagant at this point. We haven't really seen a gigantic set of burns, series of burns, anything like that. We just see just your average sort of burns that are being thrown into that wallet. Now, that brings us to this, and this is to talk about how the burns are happening. Shibarium significantly made the SHIB ecosystem by introducing a burning mechanism that reduces the supply of SHIB. This burning mechanism has several key benefits. Firstly, it introduces deflationary aspects of the SHIB token, reducing the supply over time. This can potentially benefit token holders through increased value and scarcity. Secondly, it helps maintain supply and demand balance within the ecosystem. Moreover, the burning mechanism incentivizes user engagement. Accumulating bone tokens and initiating burns allows users to actively participate in reducing the SHIB token supply. So, 10 bone tokens allows you to burn SHIB supply. So you actually have a function on your SHIB. We're going to pop in here. I gotta use another browser again. God damn it. I really, this site really annoys the absolute shit out of me. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to remove this from Chrome completely. We're going to stop blocking ads. We're going to stop this thing because, yeah, I don't want that anymore. Let's try that one more time, see if that doesn't fix it. No, god damn it. I got to use a different browser to get in there. So we're not going to do it right now, but so you can go in there. You can, you can do your thing. So, but God, that annoys the shit out of me, by the way. So anyway, let's move on from there before I lose my mind. 7-day total on liquidation. We are in the top of this range right here, still not coming down in here. That's a positive sign. Jackson Hole is in 20 minutes. Jay Powell is going to hit the stage and do his mom spaghetti bullshit and talk about the market and how we are committed to destroying every single one of you assholes who are not rich and wealthy, because we hate you, we despise you, we're the government, we were elected, ha 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 ha, we love you guys. You know what I mean? Remember, monetary policy, all this tightening and all this kind of stuff, all of this is based on them attacking you, the common man. Now, if you're a millionaire and you're in the chat, I apologize. What I meant was, yeah, fuck the poor. You know what I mean? But also, that's what they're doing, right? The wealthy continue to accumulate. They continue to do it because they know what's good for you. And then monetary policy tightening attacks the people. Why does it attack the people? Well, you raise interest rates because when you're borrowing money for almost zero interest, then you could borrow $10 million as a company, as a corporation. You could borrow $10 million, put it into Bitcoin. When it becomes $20 million, just pay back the $10 million and keep $10 million and do whatever you want with it, right? Very simple, just like that. If you need to borrow $100 million to manufacture some products, you manufacture the products, sell it for $150 million, give back the $100 million. It barely costs you anything other than just general fees and a minimal of interest, right? So then when the Fed increases that, then it turns them into, they don't become borrowers at that point. They stop borrowing. because now they're not making nearly as much money because it tightens everything. And that's what the Fed tightening comes into play. And of course, that means that they stop hiring because, look, those big companies, they're not, the profit, their profit margin is not what they're going to cut. The employee, you, the person that works every day, the person that busts your ass for the company, that's who they're going to attack because that's what they do. That's who they are. They're going to attack you. And they're going to take from you. And that's how monetary tightening works. Because what are they looking for? They're looking for higher unemployment, lower job numbers. That's literally what they're looking for, to say, hey, the economy's working, bro. And then the inflation number of 2% is their goal, right? And look, that I'm not in disagreement that we should have that, because prices are expensive. There's a lot of things that cost a lot more today than they did yesterday. Even though home prices are continuing to come down a little bit, even though rent is coming down just a little bit, it's coming down from a ridiculous pump and a ridiculous high. And here's the thing, because we, the people, don't have the power. We gave that power up to the people who are corrupt, right? So guess what happened? The system continues to corrupt, and we can't fix it. Right? The only way we can fix it is by voting people out of office. And really, what we really need is a grassroots campaign. I'm not going to get on my soapbox here, but we really need a grassroots campaign where we get rid of money in politics, and that people are doing it because it's civic duty. There is money in it, but term limits. You can't take donations from banks. You can't take donations from oil companies. And by the way, it was a Republican-led, and this is where you get into the crux of it. It was a Republican-led Supreme Court that allowed Citizens United, which turned companies into just money machines to print for government jobs. And became political action committees and super PACs. So if you ever see, like, Donald Trump comes out and he says, I'm Donald Trump and I approve this message, and you see him actually doing that, that's a campaign for him. If you see one of them come out that says, Pocahontas lied to you about being an Indian, and she's pretty stupid. This is paid for by the group to nominate Trump for president. That is actually a political action committee, which used to not happen. Right now it happens. So we get our opinions paid for by all of these big companies now. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether it's Trump or Joe, but I don't give a shit who you vote for. I just want you to be pro crypto. Like, I don't give a shit about either one of these guys. They're both crooks. They're just different types of crooks. But we need to get everybody out of the government and start getting back into the people working for the people, and the people not being considered gigantic corporations. Because when we say we the people, we meant we the people. But when the Republican Supreme Court ruled on Citizens United, they said not only is it we the people, but big pharma, they're a people too. Big oil, they're a people too. Big bank, they're a people too. So not only do you get a vote, but you also have to vote the way they want to, because all the money that they make from you and your labor, they're going to do what they want to manipulate the system for their means too. Like, that's just insanity, right? So we need to get back to some of that normally. So, but let's get out of the liquidity right now, and let's get into some final wrap up over here. Lillian listed on MEXC. They are pumping up to about 3,000. 100x Gems is up to 34.41. Bone is starting to pump again to 145. Volt is up to 24.86. A little bit of a reversal in the market. Grumpy Cat 45.53. Shib reversing, went down to 8,000. Now it's back up to 81.41. Ben pumping just a tiny hair, 33.07 from a 32 a little while ago. WAGMI continuing its decline right now. Like to see a reversal on that one at some point pretty soon. Had a nice little run, did not maintain it, did not sustain it. So Pepe again down here at 89.13, probably going to have a nice little reversal, a nice little pump back up. I should probably get rid of that right there, because I said that was getting ready to happen, and of course it's happening. So I look like a genius, but I'm not. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate it, Honda, so much. Trump 45-47, no debate, election interference. We can debate that at some point, just not today. Now, on to this broad crypto market, right? Let's pop this out. Let's go into We're at $1 billion right now. So it is possible that we start to see a little bit of a pump happening today. This market does look like it's ready to reverse. You can see money coming back into the market down here in the money flow. This indicator right here is showing me that money's coming back into the market. You're seeing an upward trend right now. We're about to break over the point of control, which means that we're probably going to pump up into this range. So that's what you're looking at, and that's what you're seeing possibly happening right now. Then you're going to be looking for this line right here to make a move upwards along that way, and then you're going to see this play out. And then when that happens, you're going to see a big upward movement. So that's the way that it looks like. This is the general market, right? This is not this is just the overall. Now, when you look at Bitcoin, you're seeing pretty much the same thing because Bitcoin is the market until it's not the market. But let's look at our points right now. So what I would expect to see is Bitcoin run up here to this point of control right now at 26,500, probably reject, come back down here for a retest. If it breaks through, and it breaks through, then we're probably looking at a rejection right here at 26.8. So there is some upside right now. You're in the bounce zone right now. So looks like there's going to be some positive coming very soon. Again, we just flipped over into bullish sentiment, and it looks like we're closing in on a bullish flip. This is still a bearish momentum indicator because these points of control are coming down. This point of control reversed, by the way, and is coming up. So we need to see Bitcoin break to another point of control. Of course, if it confirms in here, that becomes the next point of control, which is 26,008. And then we are in business and we're in a positive momentum. Thank you for 249. Magician of CY says, do you see the run of 777 Inu? Hold or sell? I think there's going to be another spike. I just don't know how far down it's going to go in the meantime. So I'm holding out hope that there's going to be a big reversal, and I think there should be a big reversal. But I'm right now I'm kind of on the sidelines watching it, waiting to see something happen. Now we are about 15 minutes away from Jerome Powell doing mom spaghetti and spitting whatever shit he's going to say. So the markets are pumping in the positive, but the crypto market is starting to come down just a little bit as it corrects off of probably this last bounce. Ethereum's doing the same thing. As you can see right here, we hit the point of control, we rejected off of that. And look, when we're going to be talking about this pretty soon, but basically when you're in this value area low, go long to the point of control. And then look for a direction being made off of that. Like, for example, you see here, it bounced off of this. This is your take profit area. Now you wait to see what happens, and it breaks down, and then this becomes your buy zone. You bought, and then you made the money up here. It came back down. Didn't come all the way down, but you're still up in your position. So it's complicated shit, but we're going to work on it over the next couple of days, and we're going to figure this out for you. Now, SHIB is at 81, just pumped up to about 81.93. SHIB is at that point of control, just wicked off of this fast-moving EMA. But the next move for SHIB, 84.54, right up here. So what we would be looking for is we'd be looking for another push very shortly for SHIB through this to get to this 84.85 level, and then we're going to be feeling pretty good about our position there. So that looks like the next move. Once that move is played out, of course, we should be checking to see if it comes back down to the point of control. And just like this last time it came down to this point of control, the second time up, it didn't come down as far. So we might be looking at a move to the upside. So if that's playing out, then what we're going to look at is we're going to look at a move here, comes up into this range. It's going to reject off of it. Then that's going to be our buy down to this level. That level is going to probably be right here if we're still in this upward trending pattern. And then we're going to be up here, and then this will become a point of control, and then this will become our value area low. So, and then we'll see how it plays out from there. So there we go. That is your update, guys. It is time for me to go not walk the dog this morning, but go to work. I just like doing that. What about Pepe? Dev sold 15 million. Their funky wallets, 8 set of keys. Yeah, it had 8 set of keys because it was multi-sig. It's now a two sig wallet because several of the developers left. I assume they were from Market Ventures, by the way. But anyway, they sold 15 million on exchanges, not on the open market or on the Uniswap market. So They went to the liquidity pools that had the liquidity. They drained a little bit of that. Now it's up to the community. They still have 2% of the supply, but there's only 2 people that are left. I mean, basically, you can look at it and say there were probably 4 people that left. Each one of them had 1% of the supply. So they all probably made about $3 million each, and they took off, and there's 2 guys left, and they each have 1% of the supply. So it's all done. They have 2% of the supply. They might be there for a while. You never know. There's a reason they're holding on to it. They probably think that it's going to pump. So the dip went down to 78. If you accumulated right here, you're a goddamn genius. But now it's on the way back up. I do think we're going to get some reversals up here, and we're going to see a big move on Pepe. There's a lot of bearish people because they cry and they bitch about everything, but their opinion doesn't matter. That's why they're not rich. That's why they're trying to figure it out, saying, oh, it's not going to pump. They don't know shit, right? So here's what's going to happen. We're going to get a reversal here. We're going to get a move back up here. This is one of the most bullish things that could have happened to Pepe, because 6% of the supply was controlled by the dev team, and now only 2% is controlled by the dev team, which means that that other 4%, when it's bought up, will now belong to the community. This is long-term bullish for Pepe. Pepe is going to get on another significant run pretty soon. You're hearing it here first. You just have to have a little bit of faith in the process. Buy low, sell high. Basically all I can tell you to do. Anyway, this is not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. Thank you so much for coming in to see the channel. Check me out if you have already. Consider subscribing, consider becoming a paid premium member. $4.99, $9.99, blah 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 blah. You can become a true believer. You can become a cult of Bleeves. You can become whatever. Make sure on the way out, I'm going to hit the outro. When I hit the outro, after it's over, if you would leave a comment on the video so that the video starts sending in the YouTube algorithm for the day. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you again very, very soon.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I ain't mean to call you that. I'm ice cold like the keg the bar.